Simba Nest Radio, sauti ya mwananchi.
Hello and welcome to Today in Focus, the show where we break down the biggest stories shaping Kenya and the world. My name is Jane. I'm your host, and over the next 30 minutes we'll be talking about the major headlines, trending conversations, and the stories everyone is talking about today. And thank you for choosing Simba Nest Radio, your number one radio station. You can send us SMSs via our WhatsApp number 0728 091 656 0728 091 656, and on all social media platforms at Simba Nest Radio. Let's begin with the top story of today. The main story of today is the rising cost of living and financial pressure facing many Kenyans. This is the topic that was on today's newspaper and on also on trends. So that means it's a very serious crisis, and across the country, many families say that they live from paycheck to paycheck. That means that they don't even have enough money to save for their families for any emergencies. That means whatever they earn at the end of the month, it's all used in something such that there is no money left to save or to set aside for any emergencies. And that means when a single illness or emergency or maybe unexpected bill comes forward, it pushes the family household into serious financial trouble. And according to experts, they say that this is happening because many people lack health insurance, stable income, or savings. Sometimes the reason why people don't have enough savings, or not even enough single savings, is because the cost of living and the salary, it's not well planned, such that if you are earning 20k per month, you find someone is living at 10,000 rental house. That doesn't make any sense. You will have to buy food, you will have to pay for school fees if you have kids, and so you won't have enough money to save for any emergencies. Also, according to economic analysts, healthcare costs remain one of the biggest financial burdens for Kenyan families. So when someone falls sick, families often rely on loans, selling properties, or commuting or community fundraising. This has happened when people get serious illnesses like cancer, kidney failures. People end up fundraising. That is after they have taken loans from banks. That's when they end up fundraising. The government has been pushing reforms in the health sector, including efforts to improve public healthcare and expand coverage. That is about insurance. and also there is SHA. So you are advised, if you haven't applied for SHA, please do so. But many Kenyans said that they are still struggling with hospital bills and access to affordable treatment. Economist one the once sorry economists warn that unless income growth improves and healthcare becomes more accessible, many households will remain vulnerable to this financial crisis. And that issue, it raises a very serious question. That is, how can Kenya build stronger financial protection for its citizens? Can Kenya do that? We don't know about it. What do you think, as a Kenyan citizen? You can send us a message on our WhatsApp number 0728 091 656, and on all social media platforms at Simba Nest Radio. This is Today in Focus, a podcast that that we talks about the things, the biggest stories that are shaping Kenya and the world today. And I'm your host Jane. For those who are joining us for the first time, you are very welcome. So let's look on our second Today in Focus story, and it is about a conversation continue online about the state of the economy and the pressure facing young people looking for employment. Many Kenyans say opportunities remain limited, especially for graduates entering the job market, and as a result, more youth are turning to digital jobs, online businesses, freelancing, and content creation. I think content creation is the one that people are running into. Most youth are running into content creation because you don't need much skills. But for digital jobs and online businesses and freelancing, you need some skills. But content creation, with only a few skills, you can do it. So that's another crisis in Kenya, and it's a trending story today. And platforms like social media and online marketplace are becoming important sources of income. People are monetizing social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, X, YouTube. People are really earning from those social media platforms, and at the same time, experts are saying that Kenya's digital economy has huge potential in the right investments and policies are put in place. And another trending topic is the continued conversation around leadership and accountability in public institutions. And citizens are increasingly demanding transparency and better service delivery from leaders. You all know that on yesterday's newspaper, the main story there was CS Mbadi saying that I lied. That was a very hilarious thing to say, but to Kenyans it's a very serious thing and a very worrying thing, because a leader is someone who is looked up by so many people, and when you say that you are lying about very serious information, that is not good at all. And these conversations show that Kenyans remain deeply engaged in the country's political and economic future. So the other trending story of today, or another story in our today's podcast that is today in focus, is global story. And let's now shift to international news. Around the world, geopolitical tensions continue to shape global politics and security. Conflicts and political rivalries in different regions are affecting global stability and economic trends. These developments have ripple effects across the world, including in Africa. For example, the rising fuel prices, changes in global trade, and shift in international alliances. And analysts said global cooperation and diplomacy will play an important role in maintaining peace and stability. For countries like Kenya, international development can influence trade opportunities, fuel costs, and economic growth. As you all know, concerning the America, Israel, and Iran war that has been going on, there have been many crises about fuel costs because, as I said, we get oil from those Middle East countries. And right now, many things have been slowed down, and we can't get enough oil. So let's just hope that the wars will end as soon as possible, even though no one knows when they are going to end, but we hope they will eventually. And that is why keeping an eye on global events is important for understanding what happens locally. And on Today in Focus, we are going to talk about the tech and digital trend. Another area gaining attention today is the rapid growth of digital platforms. You all know, nowadays even televisions are not important. If you want to see news, you can just learn them from Chrome, from TikTok. By the way, people are really getting news from TikTok, and also X, that was formerly known as Twitter. So technology continues to transform how people work. Yeah, that is true. And also how they communicate and earn a living. We've heard earlier that youth are going to they're monetizing social media platforms. So across Africa, more young people are exploring opportunities in online freelancing, digital marketing, podcasting, and content creation. And experts are saying that the future job market will rely heavily on digital skills. This means learning areas such as media production, graphic design, social media management, and digital storytelling. We will be learning them on social media. It's not a bad thing though. Yeah, it's not a very bad thing. We can just embrace it in a positive way. And for those willing to learn these skills, the digital economy could provide new opportunities for income and innovation. You are listening to Simba Nest Radio, your number one radio station, and I'm your host, Jane. And this is Today in Focus, our everyday podcast. To wrap up on things, on whatever we have talked about today, economic discussions continue about strategies to strengthen Kenya's economy, and young entrepreneurs are increasingly turning to technology and innovation to create jobs. And on global leaders continue diplomatic discussions aimed at addressing international tensions. That is about the Iran-America-Israel war. And these were some of the stories that are shaping conversations today. That is, these are some of the stories that when you scroll through TikTok, Instagram, X, or any other social media platform, you will find out that people are talking more about these topics, and that will be the end of our podcast today. Thank you for joining me as we looked at the stories shaping Kenya and the world today. Remember, staying informed help us understand the challenges we face and the opportunities ahead. I'm Jen, and this has been Today in Focus. Join us again next time as we continue to break down the stories that matter most. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Simba Nest Radio, sauti ya mwananchi. Simba Nest Radio, sauti ya mwananchi.